Have you ever wondered how much biomedical scientists really earn in the UK? In this video, I'll walk you through exactly what you can expect as a biomedical scientist working in the NHS in England or Wales and Scotland or the private sector, from your very first day as a trainee to making it as a seasoned senior scientist. Plus, I'll cover some perks of working in London and the bonuses you can get if you work in remote areas like the islands. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. If this is your first time, you're very welcome. I'm glad you're here. Biomedical scientists are the unsung heroes of healthcare. They work behind the scenes in the labs, making sure patient samples like blood, tissue, urine are tested accurately. From diagnosing illnesses to supporting treatments, decisions, and aiding medical breakthroughs, biomedical scientists are the heart of patient care. But how much can you really earn doing this vital work? Let's break it down. If you're starting out as a biomedical scientist in the NHS, you'll probably be starting as a trainee biomedical scientist. That is, if you do not have your IBMS certificate of competency, then you will join the NHS as a trainee biomedical scientist. This is going to pay you roughly 75% of a full band 5, which is a fully qualified biomedical scientist. Once you complete your IBMS certificate of competency and register with the Health and Care Profession Council, which is the HCPC, you become a band 5 biomedical scientist. And this is how much you would earn per year in England and Scotland respectively. To move from a trainee biomedical scientist to a band 5 biomedical scientist, you need to have completed an IBMS accredited biomedical science degree, an IBMS generic portfolio in any specialty of your choice, and also you need to have completed your HCPC registration and be on the HCPC register. The responsibilities of a band 5 includes performing laboratory tests, is it microtomy or molecular techniques or blood cultures, depending on the lab in which you're working, analyzing and validating results using the laboratory information management system, maintaining equipment and participating in quality control, handling biological samples and hazardous materials safely, following departmental standard operating procedures and policies, and also communicating effectively within your team, and you might be required to mentor junior staff. These are just few of the responsibilities you would be expected to fulfill as a band 5 biomedical scientist. Now moving on to the band 6 biomedical scientist position. After gaining experience, usually about a year or two as a band 5, you could get the opportunity to complete the IBMS specialist portfolio and you can move on to band 6. This is how much you could get paid per year working as a band 6 in England and Scotland respectively. As a band 6 biomedical scientist, you will be expected to perform more complex laboratory testing, to analyze results and support clinical decisions, to maintain quality control and equipment. You'll be required to supervise and train junior staff and also to maintain patient record and collaborate across departments. So all you need to progress from a band 5 biomedical scientist to a band 6 biomedical scientist who is a specialist is for you to complete your IBMS specialist portfolio. This portfolio needs to be assessed and verified as it would have been for your generic portfolio, but it needs to be in a particular specialty in which you would now continue to practice as a biomedical scientist. Now moving on to the senior biomedical scientist post, which is a band 7. So with further progression and specialization, you can rise to a band 7 biomedical scientist, earning roughly this amount in England and Scotland respectively. This role demands leadership, management, and advanced technical expertise, usually requiring the biomedical scientist to complete a certificate of expert practice, such as in management, and also to possess a master's in biomedical science. In addition to this requirement, you might be expected to be a fellow of the Institute of Biomedical Science to be employed in some NHS trust. As a Band 7, your responsibilities would include supervision of all grades of staff in the laboratory, participation in quality management, technical, interpersonal, and IT responsibilities. You'll be required to be involved in the management of the routine laboratory and other services provided, and also in contributing to the service improvement and research within the department. The Band 8 positions are the senior management roles, which are the Chief Biomedical Scientist role or the Lead Biomedical Scientist role. And the salary you could expect could be these figures in England and Scotland respectively as a Band 8A, and could rise to these figures as a Band 8B. In your role as a Chief Biomedical Scientist, you will be expected to lead department and clinical studies that take place within your department, implement new equipment or testing methods, train staff and advise senior clinical staff, maintain quality and adhere to regulations, perform complex analysis and provide expert clinical advice, and guide service development and participate in research. As a Chief Biomedical Scientist, you will be expected to oversee the laboratory inspections and accreditation processes and ensure that all the service and procedures that are being carried out adhere to the national accreditation standards. And that concludes the major bandings in the NHS as a biomedical scientist. NHS staffs working in London generally receive higher pay than those working elsewhere in the UK due to a high-cost area supplement, HCAS. This supplement is intended to offset the higher cost of living in London. It is an additional payment to basic NHS salaries designed to compensate for the increased cost of living in London and surrounding areas. The supplement is tiered, with inner London areas receiving a higher percentage than outer London areas. The HCA is calculated as a percentage of the employee's basic salary, subject to minimum and maximum payment level. The specific rates for the year 2025 to 2026 for inner London is 20% of basic salary with a minimum payment of £5,609 and a maximum of £8,466. For outer London, it's 15% of the basic salary with a minimum payment of £407.14 and a maximum of £5,941. If you work in the Scottish Island or remote islands, you get the same pay as NHS Scotland, but you should qualify for a relocation package to cover the cost of your relocation from your previous location to the remote islands. In the private sector, salaries often start at £30,000 to £35,000 for junior roles and quickly rise to £40,000 to £55,000 or more for experienced biomedical scientists. The benefits can vary, with bonuses, flexible working options, and more direct pathway into senior roles. However, the NHS positions offer long-term benefits like a strong pension scheme, structured pay scales, and ongoing training that can't be overlooked. In summary, biomedical scientists have a rewarding and vital role in healthcare, with a well-defined pathway for progression and opportunities for growth in both the NHS and the private sector. So how much can a biomedical scientist earn in the UK? This will depend on where you work, either in England or Wales or Scotland. But generally, starting out, you should earn between £28,000 to £30,000. Mid-career as a Band 6, you should expect about £35,000 to £43,000. Whereas for advanced roles, Band 7 and 8, you should expect about £44,000 to £65,000. Plus bonuses for working in London or the location package for remote areas. More than the salary, biomedical science is a rewarding career. You are making a difference every day, working at the heart of patient care and medical breakthroughs. If you are passionate about science, healthcare, and a stable career, biomedical science is worth considering. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more insights into careers in science and healthcare. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.